What's up, LinkedIn family, Limitless Minds family? We're excited to have you here on Limitless Live. My name is DJ Eidson. They call me the president now. So that's what's actually our guest today. She hit me up as Mr. President over text, and that made me feel really good. But before we get into her and tell you a little bit more about her, just, every day, obviously, we get together here on Limitless Live to be able to talk about mindset, how it improves and enhances performance. You'll hear from some of the best coaches in the world. We're also bringing on this Friends and Family Friday, another friend of ours, a friend of the family. We do this for a half an hour, typically. Please ask questions. I see my man Josh Lifrack from way back is in the chat box already. Lane, what's up to you? Krista, Ryan, we appreciate you guys jumping on. But yeah, you're going to learn some good, mindset concepts. Also learn some great stories. And today we got a really good friend of ours on the show today, and that's Briana McCloud. Welcome to the stage. She's got. Listen, before I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself. But we met back when you were at Johnson and Johnson. You've spent over a decade now in pharmaceuticals at companies like Novo Nordisk. I think you're now currently with AbbVie, but you got a great amount of experience. You have a college sports background with soccer, so I'd love to hear more about that. But most importantly, I think if you've ever met Briana, and I know there's some folks out there that obviously have, you will see she absolutely lights up a room when you're around her. And the way she engages with her colleagues and clients and customers is phenomenal. It's somebody that we wanted to highlight today on our Friends and Family Friday. So welcome to Limitless Live, Briana, and thank you for all the. I know we had some technical difficulties, but we got you here.
We
So
did.
how's it going?
Fresh is a privilege, right?
That's right. That's right. Exactly. It sure is. It sure is. How you doing? Besides all the technical stuff,
Yes.
how are you doing?
Life is great. I'm
That's
so
good.
happy to be in the family. I'm really excited. I've known DJ for quite some time, and the impact you've had and this organization has had on my career, my development, personally and professionally, has just been incredible.
Awesome.
But I'm having a great Friday. I hope everyone else is feeling good out there.
That's good. I think they are. I think they are. It was a short week for a lot of folks, so I think they're coming into this week energized. What's up, Dr. West? I see you, Martin. Good. Some of them are regulars on here. So tell us, because obviously we know each other, but tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
So about Brianna, or was my dad would call me Bree Bree.
Bree.
Um, I'm a twin from
Okay.
North Carolina, so shout out to the South. I grew up there. My whole family is still in the Carolinas, and I currently reside in Philly. So shout out to Philadelphia because I do love my city.
I love Philly.
Um, and grew up playing soccer. I played soccer since I was 4, all the way to the collegiate level, and it really shaped the everyday decisions that I make today. Being on a
Mm,
team, I feel like I've been on a team since in the womb because I'm a twin. You have to learn how to share and be a
right.
team at all times when you have another one of you.
Yeah.
So I went to UNC Wilmington for undergrad and played soccer there and had an amazing experience and really shaped the way that I view life in general now. And it teaches you so much leadership skills and individual and team sports as well. And
Mm,
then I went on to get into the pharmaceutical industry. After that, I mean, I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I majored in business,
uh-huh.
marketing, and HR. And back then, you were not allowed to work and play sports. So you weren't allowed to make money, actually. So the laws have changed, which is great. But
Yeah.
so I was a nanny for 2 doctors when I was in college.
Wow.
Pretty much the job that I could do, like, not in season. And they shared that I should become a pharmaceutical sales rep because I had, great personality and I was obviously responsible with their kids. And that jump started my just curiosity. And I met with people who were doing the job and got out in the field. And I was like, I think I can do this. So that really introduced me into pharmaceuticals and the world of healthcare as it is today. And I'm so grateful for the experience I had and for that push and the
Yeah.
mentor I've had, because that's the real reason that I got exposed to pharmaceuticals, which propelled me into going back to school, getting my MBA,
Wow.
winning all the trips and whatnot, and just getting exposed to more roles and transitioning into marketing and different organizations. And so I've kind of grown up in pharma, and I love being an advocate for my family for healthcare, for
Yeah.
your living. And I've kind of become the go-to person for that, which is okay, but it gives me opportunity to teach and to show a different way to live, and to prosper. So I enjoy that. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
That's really cool. Where does your twin sister live?
My brother,
A
actually,
brother. Oh, it's a brother. Okay.
yes,
Where does your twin live?
he's in Raleigh. So he
Oh,
got the
okay.
brains, I always say. He's an engineer. So
Okay.
I was like not the greatest in math. So I said, let me do this marketing and HR thing.
Yeah, so that's cool. So not far. They're not too far. Then that's good. And so and then tell me about like to play collegiate soccer, a sport. Like how what did it take to get to that level? I'm fascinated with that with 5 kids. What it takes to play at that level. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it started when I was very young. Both my brother and I played all the sports, and soccer just stuck.
Okay.
It was a sport that we didn't know a lot about, and just became exposed to it by our dentist, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah, my dentist share with my dad, hey, you should get the kids in soccer. It's a great team sport. They might like it, and so he
Uh-huh.
did. He knew nothing about it, and then all of a sudden, he's racing home from work and getting me into practice, and across town. It was like 30 minutes across town. So it took a lot of determination, and I learned that early on because
How
every
old
year
were you when you started playing, you said?
before,
4. Wow. Okay.
yeah. So every year, my dad would have me sign a commitment, a contract to say, these are the expenses. This is our investment as a family, and you are going to have to give 110% at practice, games.
Wow.
And if you don't really want to commit, it's okay. But just we have to let you know that this is what we're sacrificing for you. And then we need to, you need to understand the level of commitment. So let us know if you're in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rec ball is always there. And we were traveling, and things are different now, but it was a lot of sacrifice and determination, and just on parents' part with coordination, and
Yeah.
trying to be everywhere for everyone, and tournaments and all that. So I can imagine with 5, how it is for you. But just for 2, it was definitely dividing and conquering every weekend,
Right.
and making sure that we put our all into it, which is what really shaped me today. And it was purposeful in what he was trying to teach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really stuck with us.
I love that commitment, having to sign a contract like that. James Jones just got on. He's a ex-college basketball player. And he's got 3 kids. But to
Yeah.
sign a commitment like that is amazing. Also, Sophie is on. She's also a twin and played soccer.
Oh,
So that's pretty.
Shay.
Sophie's a part of our team.
Oh,
And yeah, so that's really cool. I think you're resonating with the audience here today for sure. When you signed those contracts as a kid, what was kind of going through your mind? Is it just my dad's crazy, and he's you know what I mean, or was there deeper, or did you actually know what was happening there and see the deeper meaning of it?
well, I knew he was crazy, but um, it was a way of life. It
Uh
was
huh.
a way that he installed foundational principles into. We always started to create goals. He taught us how to create goals at the beginning of each school year,
Mm,
and what you need to do to work to achieve those goals. And we would check back in throughout the year to see where we were.
love it.
But it also was skin in the game for us, teaching us it's not just us. It's you need to step up to the plate, and here's what you can do. You
Mm,
can go to school. You can represent this family well outside of the household. You can do your best. You can speak up. You can do these things, and here's what we expect of you. So I think setting expectations is really important.
right.
It brings clarity and communication. Everyone's on the same page, And if you get off track, it's okay, but let's realign to what we committed to. And if the commitment changes, that's okay too, because
Mm-hmm.
things change, you evolve, you get exposed to different things. If that's okay, but here are some of the consequences to those, decisions, and
Yeah.
here's what we need to do to kind of get you back on track or to move on to something else. So it was more of we didn't really know any better.
Yeah. Right. This is just the way. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if every other household was doing it, but
Yeah, I can promise you most aren't, but I think a lot of folks are stealing that as a best practice right now. If you want to win and have a life like Brianna, you'll you'll lead well by doing the contract thing. I love that.
keeps things
So
neutral as well with twins. With
th-
multiples in the household, it keeps things neutral because there's
yeah,
competition amongst siblings.
that's true.
It
That's
just
true. Did your brother end up playing soccer too then in
He
college?
did. He played
Okay.
soccer as well. It went on to sort of play basketball, but then there comes decisions again that need to be made,
Mm,
and he decided to play on a different level, and I wanted to keep going all the way,
yeah.
and so that's what we did.
That's it. Did you happen to watch the NBA draft last night?
I
Or
didn't.
did you see some of it?
I didn't.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
didn't. Oh, you
see it,
didn't. You didn't. Okay.
but I
Well, it was interesting because what they'll do is they announce the draft pick, they go up, shake the hands with the commissioner, put the hat on, all the stuff. It's really exciting. And then immediately they go and they sit down, and typically it's with their mom and dad or their or sibling. And what was really cool about some of the things, first of all, and I know this will resonate well because I think you were the head of your Christian for athletes
Mhm. Yep.
fellowship in college.
SCA.
Yep. And so, but a lot of them talked about their faith, right? And it was really cool to just to say, they gave thanks to God, and you could see that there was a higher purpose that was driving them to get to that level. I thought that was one thing. The second thing was, and this one Josh Lifrak and I were talking about earlier, is that there was a twins that got drafted last night, the Thompson twins. They got drafted seventh, and I think, one went seventh, Amin, and then Azur went. I think that's his name. Thompson went eighth. So they
Wow.
went back to back. One went to, I think, the Rockets, and the next one went to the Pistons. But
Wow.
their mom actually had them do a vision board at like a really early age. Like I want to say like 8 or 9 years old. They had a vision board that they still have. And one of the things on there was they wanted to get to the NBA and to visualize. So that was a parent doing something that most adults don't do, right? But challenging them to say, where do you want to be? Let's visualize this. And then to see them get there last night was pretty awesome, and back to back was incredible.
Wow.
So yeah, so
That's
I think you should look at, it was fourth and fifth. They did. They went four, oh gosh.
Wow.
So Rockets and Pistons. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, good. We can fact check on here right away. But that was something that was really cool. Is there tell me, like, what would you be feeling like with those Thompson twins? What do you think they were feeling last night as twins?
Mm.
Going through an experience like that as brothers.
It's rare to do that all the
Mhm.
way, to be together your whole life, and to be able to evolve and grow together. That's really rare that happens, and you're anchored to obviously your family, but also to the sport
Mm,
that you're both exceptional at. So
yeah.
I would imagine that they're feeling a huge sense of just gratitude and thanks to their mom
Yeah.
and their household and their tribe that help keep them and stay on track. And the vision board is probably coming back.
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They probably posted something last night about what their mom had them do, and now vision boards are going to come back,
Yeah.
into kids' rooms. But I would imagine they're just probably so grateful
Mm,
and thankful just for not the athletic abilities, but they're going to have the opportunity to impact so many, young people
that's
and
right.
all different types of generations, and represent that family,
Hmm.
and to know that you can achieve if you visualize it at a young age. And that's
Hmm.
that's really what part of, mindset is really focused on is to visualize. And that's what faith is. You're believing in things you can't see.
Mm,
Not in the
that's right.
physical, it's still in the spiritual realm,
Yep.
but you are believing that it's here and you just continue on. And I think that is a bit what's missing just in society today is just, hope and the
Yeah.
ability to keep believing and seeing better for you, yourself, and others around you, and to want to be better every day.
Yeah, that's such good things that nuggets in there. Whether you're talking about you mentioned gratitude, you mentioned belief, you mentioned hope. Those are things that are simple things. We talk about doing simple better. Very simple things, but sometimes not easy to do on a consistent basis and be disciplined enough to do those on a consistent basis. So I think in the chat, Sophie was saying thoughts become things. I
Yes.
mean, again, that's
Yes.
huge. And as is my man Colin Henderson, shout out
Yes.
to him.
Colin says it. Yes.
And you also in gratitude. I want to what's interesting. I think you might know this, and I know when you were at Janssen, you guys were big on gratitude there. With our company, every morning before you're allowed to send a text, an email, anything out, like we ask that you put what you're thankful for in the Slack channel, and it really sets your heart in a different place before you engage with customers or with your colleagues. And so I wanted to ask you what today, what is it, June 23rd, 2023. What are you grateful for?
Oh man. For life. I'm grateful for a sound mind. I'm grateful for, the basics, right? Health and
Yeah.
the ability to do the basics. I don't take it for granted, but I'm grateful to have people in my life who are supportive and a community that I thrive off of. I love to meet all different kinds of people and really impact their lives and sort of get to know what they want and
Mm.
help them get there through wherever I am, even if it's through coaching. I used to coach a girls 9-year-old soccer team, teaching them leadership and confidence and knowing who
Cool.
they are early on, or if it's mentoring, on or off the job, and or if it's just being patient with my mom when she's asking a bunch of crazy questions. And I've already answered the question.
Right,
I,
right.
I'm grateful for the small things and the small moments, and trying to take note of that throughout the day. I mean, Colin talks about this being present.
Yeah.
We need to really take time to be present with whomever we are with within that time frame. And so, yeah, I'm grateful for a lot of things,
I
but
love that. I love that. No, I mean, and it's those are a lot of great things to be thankful for. I'll share mine. What I put in the Slack channel today. My niece is visiting here from Huntington Beach, and she's staying with us for like 2 or 3 weeks. I think she keeps extending it, which is like tells me that we're showing her a lot of love here, and she's enjoying her time, which is really cool. But I've watched her over like the last 2 or 3 years. She'll come and stay with us, and I really watched her grow. Like, even in the area of gratitude on her part, it was funny because back, like she actually got adopted into our family about 3 years ago. But when she first came in, like she wouldn't even speak barely. She was just, and then she would go from speaking a little bit, but she never said thank you for. And then I'm watching her now, and she's telling my kids to say thank you at times. You know
wow,
what I mean? Stuff that they're taking for granted. She's now coaching them, and I'm like, God is so good. Like her, I mean, the way she's been able to just grow and thrive. And you know what? Honestly, she's had a lot of love around her, and it's amazing when you love on somebody, what they can do. So I'm super thankful for her and her progress and her just being like a real blessing to us here. This
oh,
this
that's
over last
awesome.
week. Yeah. So
You really have
anyway,
six in the household now. Then you have
yeah, we got 6 kids now, running around, and it's funny because I was like, I told my daughter, I went to my 15-year-old daughter, so Jaylena is my niece. They're like attached at the hip right now, and so my daughter on the weekends likes to go and work out. Like, so we'll go to the gym, spend like an hour together, talk, walk, lift, do whatever. And so I go, I want to mix it up. So I said, why don't we like, I pulled her aside yesterday. I said, why don't we go like kayaking or like, paddle boarding?
Mm.
And we're next to Lake Erie, and and there's a lot of different places we could do it. And she's like, okay. So she's like, so of course I thought Jaylena would go, but then all of a sudden she's calling me or texting me talking about, can my friend over here, Aaron, go, and can this person go? I'm like, this was supposed to be like us, and so not only do we have six, like we're just adding friends in, just pulling friends in, and but it's cool. I love the fact that my daughter, she, and her friends, they want to be around, because I know that when they become teenagers, that doesn't always happen. You know what I mean?
Rare.
So it is.
15?
What's that? Yeah, 15. Yeah, that's my oldest. So yeah, it's crazy. It gets nuts. So we had, hold on. I think Natalie Penson says something real powerful in here. Can we throw that up on the screen? Let's see. And actually, I think she's quoting Josh. She said, let's see. Then Josh Lifrak, then actions become habits and habits become character.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. The character part, especially, it's not, it's what you're doing. And it's those actions and behaviors that develop your character. So that is a mic drop. Love that one.
That is a mic drop. Your character becomes your brand.
Mm.
It's who you are. It supersedes who, it's,
yeah.
The rooms you walk into. So
your character becomes your brand. I've never heard that. I love that.
Becomes your tagline, you know?
That's right. No, that's good. So I brought up a word earlier, and that I'm like, it's funny because like certain words will come to me over different periods of time. And like a couple weeks ago it was curiosity. And I just I was finding that curious people, me being curious, like it was fascinating, trying to ask good questions, trying to be like Oprah. I think Oprah asked like the best questions. She asked the questions that'll get you jumping up on a couch if you're Tom Cruise, right? But the word that's been coming into my mind here recently has been discipline. Because like I was thinking about, and even in preparation with talking to you, it's like you have been so successful from what I've been able to gather, in part because of your discipline to show up, your discipline to, whether it's a college athlete or pharmaceutical rep, to walk across the stage as a President's Award winner, to get through some of the things that you've had to get through, being a female, being a Black female, to get to rise to the spot in the position that you're in at AbbVie is not easy. And it takes a lot of discipline. What's your thoughts around that? How do you stay disciplined in order to get to the results that you get?
It's funny you say that word because I've been working on that.
Is that right? Okay. Okay.
I think I've been taught, I've grown up in a household of discipline, and it's sort of like you're rearing, and it's been attached to fear of failure. And what I've learned now, my adult life, is I can't attach, that can't be a motivator. It can't be a reason to do, is because I just can't fail. I'm the first, or I'm the only, or, you have to be a certain way at all times, because of these things. And so I've learned to just try to create discipline in a different way now of the things that I want to see in my day. I'll just start my day, not in life. How do I want my day to go? So I try to be disciplined with my routine in the morning of really dictating my day. Like, how do I want to feel? How do I want other people to feel? Doing my devotion, doing my affirmations, working out. I've been trying to get up early. I know someone gets, is it who? Harry gets up?
Harry be up at all times of the morning.
I try.
Yeah, that's his thing.
So I'm trying to be disciplined in the way I start, because I feel that I feel better throughout the day, and I have a better finish as well. So discipline in my adult life is different than discipline as growing up, because I was always wanting to be better. I was always trying to achieve success for other people around me as well. I want to make my parents happy.
Right.
I want to be the first to get an MBA. All these types of things, and also I was motivated by people who told me that I could not and or no. But sales is such a natural thing to me because I just find another door. I find another way in. Like no means really yes. Like that's my motivation. But I'm reading this book, Super Attractor.
Okay.
And,
put that in the chat. Put that in the chat for Super Attractor. I'd love to get the link. Yeah.
She's a life coach and this author. She's amazing. But I read in the chapter about attaching yourself to failure and that being a motivator. And so I've learned that's sort of one part of life and one part of thinking about it, but it's not really sustainable. So to have, true discipline, to have goals, going back to like setting goals, understanding what my intentions are, where I want to be, what I want to achieve, and how I want to feel along the way.
Yeah.
And how I want other people to feel is important now as I think about discipline and making sure that I stick to, sort of this new routine that I've tried to incorporate of getting my mind right, getting my body right, and then starting the day. Because all the craziness will happen throughout the day.
That's right. What's funny about your answer though is that so outside looking in, right? Like, and well, first of all, I would tell you that you're being really, really modest because you have done so much that you could not do without discipline. First of all, you were signing contracts at 4 and 5 years old, right? And setting goals. So you can't tell me it didn't take discipline. You have an MBA, you have an unbelievable career. But it's funny, what I've noticed top performers do is that it's like, yeah, that's fine, but here are these areas that I really want to work on, and I want to get better in this area, and I'm gonna do it. And I'm inspired by you in terms of just, the way you, not only the successes that you've had, but how you want to continuously get better. And, my late friend, Trevor Moad, would always say, you don't have to be sick to get better. This is what the elite performers, the top performers do. We often talk about at Limitless Minds, we help the great get greater, it's just, I love the fact that even at your level, you're still trying to get better. And that's really cool. All right. I think we are unfortunately up on time. I have a question though. Like, this is like, I love picking the brain of, like I said, top performers like yourself. Anything that you mentioned a book that you're reading recently, anything else that you're consuming, whether it's via books, magazines, TV, that we should be looking into? Podcast?
I always have so many different things going. Like I have quite a commute at times when I go in the office. So I'm listening to one of Stacey Abrams' books on Audible.
Okay.
She used to be a ghostwriter actually, but now she's using her real name.
Okay.
She's really good at these law, suspense thrillers that are really nicely written. And so I'll throw those on after I'm like jamming out in the car or whatnot.
That's right.
But Super Attractor is awesome. I've been reading that here and there.
Yep.
Also reading like Carla Harris's new book. She's amazing. Like probably the most decorated Black female on Wall Street. She's just an incredible individual.
It's awesome.
So I'm constantly trying to feed myself, information that can help me grow and just take some things away. And also with just staying healthy, working out. I'm looking forward to traveling. I'm just gonna be leaving the country in a couple of weeks. So
where are you going?
Paris, the Bordeaux region, and Barcelona.
Nice. Very cool. That's good. My 13-year-old daughter, my mother-in-law, when the cousins, they're paired up, when they turn 13, she takes them anywhere they want to go. It's like a really cool, and she's actually going to Paris. And so I'm gonna hit you up because I'd love to. I think she's going a couple weeks after you. I think she's
Amazing.
yeah. So it's yeah. These kids, they have no clue. They're just out here living and have no clue. I've
They
never been to
will though.
I've
They
never been
will
to
have a
Paris.
clue.
I've never been to France. I mean, I've never been on, and they're just out there. But listen, you blessed a lot of people today. I really appreciate your friendship,
Absolutely.
and super grateful for you. And I wish and hope that you continue to do great things. And thank you for being on this Limitless Live today. So thanks so much.
Thanks, TJ.
Yeah,
Thank
no doubt. And you guys know where to find us. We're here Monday through Friday. We got Friends and Family Friday, but all throughout the week, you're going to get great nuggets on, just really how to get your mindset to the next level. And hopefully you did that today. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a great weekend. And again, thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Bye.